Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and I have a 6x12 layout I'm working on, and it is for whales. And this is my main photo. I blew it up to a 5x7 because I loved it so much. I took a selfie with a dragon. This is part of the grounds at Cardiff Castle, and I love it that I have the round tower here behind me, and then there you can see the flag for Wales, and then this dragon. And I love him and I want to use this. And then I also have this photo. Now there's a lot of dead space here, so I'm thinking in order to fit these both on here I'll have to cut that down, which is fine, but for now I've left it as a 4x6. And then I found this really fun paper from Photo Play. I also have the sheet of stickers that matches this, and I'm hoping to use some of it. You'll see why in a bit, but I want to use this. And then I also have this sheet of vellum. Now, this was cut as is, so it isn't quite exactly the same size as this, but it covers most of it. And I like it because this is very bright, and while I love it, it's very busy. And this, I feel like it helps to tone it down, to soften it a little bit, mutes that background a little bit. And then I like it better to see the photo on here when it's a little more of a subtle background. So my plan is to use all of that, cut this down, and either put it at the top or maybe overlap it or somehow work that in there. And then I have to figure out how to work in the sticker sheet that I have, because I want to do a title on here and it's on that sheet. Here's the sticker sheet I was referring to before, and I've used this in another video already. But I want to make this my title right here, RAWR. And it's even red, so it matches the dragon. Now, how I'm gonna fit all this in on here, I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead, but I'll figure out a way to make it happen. And in looking at this, I am also willing to trim this a little bit. I could trim a little bit off the side here, maybe a little bit down here, a little on the top, just to give myself a little extra space on the layout so that I can fit both and somehow get the title in there. So I think maybe I'll do that first, and then I'll figure out how much do I need to cut off of this one. All right, so I ended up cutting down pretty much everything. I did trim off 3 sides of this photo to get it a little bit smaller. This one cut off everywhere, again, a little bit smaller, a little bit more narrow, which I think is just fine. And then I even decided to cut this down to be 5 3/4 inches across, because it wasn't quite edge to edge as it was, and I like the look of this having a little bit more of a border around the outside so that a little bit peeks through on all sides. So I like that. So again, I'm still planning to do probably this down here, this here somehow, but the big problem is trying to figure out where to fit in the title, and I need to have some other color in here because that's a lot of red to have that plus the bright red in these photos. So I'm gonna have to get creative, and I suppose I could also overlap and go to the bottom. That might give me some more room. I could do the title here, or I could put this more towards the top and then the title in the middle. I'm not sure. I'll mess around with it and see what I like. All right, so I found this scrap piece in my stash of just leftovers, and it's the right color for this green. It's a little too big as is though. I think I had cut this to mat a 4x6 photo on it and then didn't use it. That seems to be the size it is. Way too big for this. And at first I thought, well, maybe I could go this way and do RAWR down the side, but those letters are pretty big. I don't think that's gonna work. But I'm wondering if I should cut this down a little bit more and use it this way instead, and do the title across here if I can fit it. I'd either have to cut more off here, rip this edge or something just so that it's not overlapping the photo. But I like the idea of having the color in the background to break it up, having a title across this darker piece. I think it would blend less into the background than if I just put it on here. So I like it, I just have to figure out how to make it work. All right, I have cut this down so that now I can fit the photo on it like so, which is perfect. Just enough of a little border there. I like that. Then I will put the letters on. I don't want to cut this down until I have the letters on, so then I can decide how much room do I really need. Can I rip it? Do I need to just cut a straight line? How is it going to overlap? All of that. So I will adhere it, the photo, and then I will do the stickers and see how it fits. So I have adhered that down to the green, and now I have my letters ready to go here. This is just a trick I use to make sure that I have my letters even and that they look good, and then I can place them where I want them. So I will be able to fit them with plenty of room, but I want a little space between the photo and where the title starts. So maybe about there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I think I'll leave just a tiny little space, maybe 1/8 of an inch there, have my letters, and then I'll figure out the bottom portion. When I lay this down, if I put my bigger photo flush to the bottom and I put that flush to the top, it does give me enough room. I could cut it 1/8 of an inch below the letters, just like 1/8 of an inch of space above, keep it pretty even. There'd be a little space between the photos and, you know, the mat that's there, and then I wouldn't have to worry about overlapping anything. I like that idea, so I think that's what I'm going to do next. I have trimmed off this portion of the green, and that is pretty perfect. I love it that there's a little space there. I also like that there's some dead space over here with the rocks, and then I have the vellum sticking out, so I could put an embellishment there if I wanted to, and I have the same up here. I have this space where I could do something with it or not. If I decide it's too busy, I could just leave it alone. But for now, I want to try to find something at least for down here to kind of offset the big title. So I'll find something for there, I'll adhere the rest of this down, and we'll go from there. So on this sheet, there's a sticker here that says, "Do not feed the dragons," and it's in purple. There is purple in the background here, but I'm thinking I can take that and just put it down here and then maybe do some staples or something at these little points to make it stand out a little more. Maybe right about here. There we go. And then I feel like I need to have a cluster of stuff here, so I'll keep looking for other things that will draw attention to that. I do have like the knight here. I have some crowns. I don't want to use more dragons. Ooh, I do have this. If you're gonna slay a dragon, maybe that would be good. I'll look around here and see what I like. In my stash of embellishment stuff here and ephemera, I found this. I want to use it. So I had to peel this up because I think what I want to do is have this right here with my pink jacket behind it so that you can see it really well, and then layer this over the top. I think it'll just make it stand out more that way. So then I have two things, and I think I want a third thing in there somewhere. I'm just not sure what that is. I have decided to use the sword and shield here, and I think I'm just going to place it like that, and then it creates sort of a diagonal thing happening in this lower left, which I like. It also brings in some gray as a neutral, which appears kind of in the castle and the rocks, cement here, and then just a pop of green there, which helps. Speaking of green, over here there's a lot of it happening, also a lot of red. So I think over here I do want to figure out if I can work in something purple. I do have the little fleur-de-lis, which also has red, but some purple in it. I don't know that I really like this necessarily, but I'm not sure. I also have this one that says magical memories in purple. Maybe I can find a way to fit that in. It's pretty big. I don't know, but I'm going to assess those different things. Oh, I just saw this one. No, this one that says magical, because this says memories. I don't need all that. I could just use this one. Let's see here. Where could I put it? I want it up top to really be diagonal, or here. Kind of like it here. And then I can put some staples in there just like I did down below. Ooh, will it be able to reach? No, if I do that here, my mini stapler, I won't be able to get it. I'd have to do it up here. Well, I need to think for a moment. Do I want to leave it there and leave it plain, or do I want to move it up so that I can staple it? I did decide to peel up the sticker and move it up top so that I could have staples in it. I just think it adds some nice consistency that I have it up there, plus I have it down here. So now I just have to decide, does it need anything else or is it good as is? It's pretty busy. So actually, you know what? No, I'm just gonna decide that it's done. I don't think I really need to do anything else here. So here's another one finished for whales. Thanks for watching.